Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are revisiting Osmo oil on the oak doors. It has been 3 years since I uploaded the video of putting the Osmo oil on these doors, and they have fared very well in that time. But 3 years, the finish is starting to lose some of its sheen. And the doors, they're just starting to look a little dry in places, and especially on the back of the bathroom door. If you can see them here, we are getting tannin spots coming through where the moisture is kind of having a bit of a reaction with the oak in the doors. So let's get into it. First things first, let's get the handles off. So here is some of the mess we are left with. Now obviously the bathroom door gets used a lot in this house, and as such the lock has a little bit of wear on it, so I've taken it out completely so I can hoover out all the dust and try and clear some of this off before I put the Osmo back on again. You see, you can get the dust sort of settling inside the door there, and all it is this part of the mechanism here just slowly but surely wearing. But luckily, when you buy Yale bathroom locks, they have a screw, so you can actually take this cover off and clean them out and lubricate them, and hopefully you can at least extend the life of them a little bit. Anyway, back to the doors. First things first. No, it's not first thing anymore, is it? Second thing second, let's break out some sandpaper. Okay, so everything's been sanded over with a bit of 320, and you can see on here you've got these brown bits that keep coming off. So what that is here, where all the grease from your hands, the hand cream, the kids with dirty mitts, they often touch this part of the door to pull it shut. That is actually clogging up the sandpaper and needs taking off another way. So I'm about to break out some wire wool. This is the stuff I've got. It is an ultra fine wire wool, so I'm just going to literally cut a slice off, and then I'm going to go over all of these slightly darkened areas where the grease is just kind of like embedded in the wood. And you can see if you keep sanding, it does come off, but the sandpaper just clogs up with it. So this is a job for wire wool. So yeah, I'll do that last little bit there, and then we can start hoovering this door off. So it has come up better, but you can still see, if I get in close, there is bits of residue and stuff and sawdust and bits and bobs. Just as much as it's been hoovered, they're still sitting on the surface. On here we have a bit of methylated spirits. So I'm just going to wipe over the door just to try and take off any other contaminants like dust or any hand oils, to just really make this as clean as it can be before we go to put, I say, the Osmo on. This side's going to get a coat of Osmo. This side here is going to get some of the tannin remover first. while I'm waiting for the methylated spirits to fully evaporate, which probably they already have done, but you know, better safe than sorry, I'm just going to quickly cover what I'm doing to get rid of these spots. So I've picked up some Osmo Tannin Spot Remover 6022. So let's just quickly cover how this works. So as it says there, this product is a specialised cleaner for removing black tannin stains and spots on untreated or oiled wood surfaces in indoor areas. The idea is you spray it on anywhere that you've got these tannin spots. They are all over this door, and it's just where you get the moisture and steam and the heat in the air reacting with the oak, and it gives you these little black spots. And occasionally it might be these little light spots if you've got a table. As you can see in the picture on the front here, if you put your cup of tea down, the heat can also give you rings on your wood. So that's possibly what these white spots are as well. But the idea is, yes, anywhere you've got them, you spray it on and you leave it for 30 to 40 minutes to work, and then when it's done, you wipe off any excess and just re-oil the door, which is easier said than done, because as soon as you spray it on, obviously it tries to run down the door. So I've got a slightly different approach. I'm going to be spraying this tannin spot remover onto a bit of the cloth, and I'm going to be wiping it. And when I spray it, I'm going to be spraying it quite heavily and trying to get quite a bit on. If it was a table, obviously you can spray it down, you can leave it there, but that's very difficult to do with a door because it just likes to run down the door. So this is going to be a fairly even coat over very large areas of this entire door. I'm going to hit the time lapse again. Now, it may seem like I put a lot on that cloth and just kept wiping it and wiping it and wiping it, and I did. I felt like I'd used a lot, but I mean, this is a little bottle and I've used not a lot, and I put what I felt like was tons on. You can almost see this stuff reacting as it goes on. So this is probably one of the worst areas. You can see the black spots are very much fading out as I look at them. I might let this completely dry and give it another go when I get home from work. But yeah, good stuff. You can see the very prominent spots, like that little black dot just there. Yeah, that may well still be there when I get home from work, but a majority of them have gone already, and it's only been like 5 minutes. I'm really, really, really impressed with that stuff. Same door, 24 or so hours later, maybe not quite that many, but you know, you get the idea. And not a single black spot to be seen. There's possibly, the white spots wouldn't go, but they're possibly, yeah, toothpaste marks. Gotta love them. Hopefully we'll get covered up a bit, but look at that. You can sort of see just about the remnants of one here. It's really, really faint. You know what, I'll take that. For how bad they were before, I will take that. If you go looking for the black spots, you might just find them, but it's really done well. That was 2 goes over. So I wiped it over, as you saw on camera. I got home from work and I wiped it over again. So there you go. Right, let's get some of the Osmo on. Okay, so you may be wondering, what am I going to put on the door? And it is the Osmo Poly X Oil. This tin looks a bit beaten up, Nick. Yes, it does look beaten up, because 3 years ago, this is the same tin that I used to put the stuff on the door in the first place. After 3 years, it looks the same. Give it a little stir and away you go. It's lovely thin stuff. Yeah, really lovely to work with. Okay, as for applying it, I have a bit of lint-free blue cloth. I'm just going to dip it in and wipe it on the door. Here we go. Just a little dip dip, wipe off any excess, and then start at the top. Wipe it on. And it just goes so well. I love the difference in the grain, how well it makes the grain stand out. Right, I think this is a job for a time lapse. As you can see, I'm about 3/4 of the way through getting it on here. I've just got these 3 panels here left to do, and I've just remembered a little tip that I gave in the original video, and it is still applicable today. So when you're using your cloth, the damper this gets, the better it holds on, but it's really good for applying the oil. So if you just get, let's bring it over here. If you try and wipe downwards, you will wipe all over the floor. You will drop it down, it will go everywhere. So I do recommend getting a bit of a towel underneath, but yeah, you get your bit. You can keep it quite damp actually. Now if you wipe upwards, there we go, you can actually spread it quite far without having to worry about it falling off. So with one fair blob on the cloth, you can actually cover more or less the whole length. I kind of wish I'd watched my original video. You can see the side by side. Done, not, done, not. The way the grain stands out. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's get these last 2 done. Now, we've got this on. Just going to wipe over the whole outside very quickly with a dry bit of cloth, just to take off any excess, because there is stuff like, if you look, I can get the camera to pick it up, maybe without the light. There's little pools of it gathering just in the corners here where it's going to gather somewhere, isn't it? But yeah, just wipe round the outside to take off any excess, and then leave it alone for 8 or 10 hours to dry. Now if you've made it this far through, thank you very much. In that corner down there, the old thumbs up button, go and give that a smash for me. If you've got any tips for me, if there's anything I've missed, or you've seen something that I'm doing that could be easier, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. I will put it in the next video I put out. And in that corner down there, there is a little gift button. If I've really helped you and you'd like to donate, please do. It helps me make more content. It helps me get more videos out to you to help you get on with your DIY projects. So thank you very much, and let's let that 8 to 10 hours elapse. When I say 8 to 10 hours later, what I really mean is 2.5 days, because that's what it's actually been. Just because, you know how life kind of gets in the way of DIY projects? Yeah, that. Anyway, back to the door. So you can see how lovely the sheen is with just one coat of the Poly X Oil. But I'm going to do 2 coats, especially on this door, because of the moisture content it gets. And I'm also going to re-sand this door now that it's been sealed up with the Poly X Oil again. I don't know if you can see, or you probably can't see the difference between there and there, but you can feel it. If I rub this cloth fairly quiet on this side, there's quite a roughness. Obviously this side of the door being to the bathroom gets quite a lot more exposure to moisture, and so I think that's just kind of what's ended up with the fibres in the wood kind of just expanding out. So we've sealed it with the Poly X with one coat. I'm now going to give it a light sand over again and another coat of Poly X, maybe even another 2, so this one will have had 3 total. I think I did 3 last time on this inside edge of the bathroom door, just because yeah, we get quite a lot of moisture and steam in the bathroom. But still, let's crack out that time lapse again. The difference a bit of sandpaper makes. Now, I haven't got my bit of cloth handy to show you, but It was more this top 3/4 of the door that was affected, obviously where the steam's in the top half of the room, but it was so much smoother now. So yeah, out with the Poly X. Let's get it on the door. So effectively second coat on there, definitely second coat on that side, and I might give this a third coat at some point in the very near future. Obviously starting on the side that I didn't sand down, you can see how much more is now sitting on the surface. So again, let this soak in for 8 to 10 hours. And this one is done. I will be giving this another coat on here. You can just see there's a difference in the level of sort of shininess on this door. So it's only a satin finish anyway, but still you will get some kind of shine, but less so on this side, obviously where I've sanded off the top layer today. But from this you should get the gist. That's kind of what you're looking for. Once it's done, just give it a little buff up with a soft cloth once it's had its 8 to 10 hours, and put your door furniture back on. Now I could make you wait to the end of the video for me to put a third coat on here and have the handles back on, but if you've got this far you should get the gist of what's coming, and I wish you good luck with your project. All that remains is for me to say thank you very much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you on the next one.